Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't thrown for 300 yards in a game in 23 games. Holy cow, is that true? Yeah.
Wiles is so upset about D-Hop, he's taking out the U.S. women's national team.
He won't even get
No, I'm just saying I'm nervous. I'm invested. Had a great throw in practice to Garrett Wilson. So much for that vaunted Jet secondary. Devontae Adams posted the clip to his Instagram and commented that the duo are going to have a great year. And he also added an emoji. Brew, hype around the Jets. Too high, too low, or just right? One of our favorite games.
It's a Goldilocks question.
Oh.
Well, you guys know that as time has gone on, I've gotten higher and higher on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Well, you're pretty high on Aaron Rodgers last year.
Yeah, I was too high last year.
Yeah.
He let me down.
Yeah.
And at first I ascribed it to his age. He's done. He's going to be 40.
Oh, here we go. Thumb
Now it's a
gates.
mysterious
Now it was
injury.
it was the thumb.
Yeah.
It's on your throwing hand. It's got to affect you somehow, all right? So I think I'm not going to go overboard, but I think it's just right. Look at the roster. Look at the roster.
Okay,
the defense was top 5 last year, right? The offense, you got Aaron Rodgers. Let's say he's not MVP Aaron Rodgers, but he's in the ballpark. He's close to that.
Sure.
Within shouting distance of that. The receiving core, I know Greg Jennings going to back me up on this. The receiving core is all that. Garrett Wilson, we just saw this catch, but he was great last year, Rookie of the Year. McCole Hardman, you know he could. I think you down on McCole. I like McCole, okay? And Alan Lazard, and then Breece Hall. The running game's gonna be legit.
That'll be all right.
They are going to be nice.
So do you think
So
they
I
are,
think the
do you
hype
think
is
they're
just right.
legit contenders? Like, you think it is on the board that the Jets are in the Super Bowl for the first time in 50-some years?
I'm not going to go Super Bowl, but I'm going to say they're contenders.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they're going to get to the
they'll
Super
be there
Bowl.
by August.
But I think I am inching toward that. I ain't
Yeah.
going to lie. But I'm not ready to go there yet, but I think they looking good.
Okay, go ahead.
I think they're going to look good.
Chris, I'm actually with you. I'm actually with
My
you.
man. Really?
I think I am. Wild, stop it. You're only looking like that because your Patriots are at the bottom of a sinking
No, we
ship.
had you on the show last week.
No,
I understand. Can I
I
finish?
just gave. Did you hear that coaching analysis? I convinced you.
It is, I believe it
changed it.
is just right.
Okay.
It is just right for a team coming off last year, 6 straight losses, when they had an opportunity to win and get in. They needed 1, maybe 2, but just 1 win, and they would have gotten to the playoffs. And we all know anything can happen once you're in. For me, when I look at that, no one's saying this team is going to win the Super Bowl. They're saying, is this a contending team? Yes.
Yeah.
We look at Aaron Rodgers and what we've expected of him every year in Green Bay. They're a contending team. As long as he's healthy and he's on the field, that team contends. With this roster, as you mentioned, in my opinion, top 5 quarterback currently playing.
What?
Yes. Ooh. In my opinion, you look at the receiver. After this year, probably a top 5 receiver after this
Garrett
year.
Wilson?
After
Already?
this,
The dude is
after-
nice.
Okay, we're going
after
too far.
this year,
Okay,
you
go
look
ahead.
at you look
Go
at Quentin Williams, D tackle.
Okay, he's
Important.
awesome.
Top
He's awesome.
5.
There you go.
And
You look at
Sauce.
Sauce, top 5.
Top 2.
So they have,
That I agree.
They have top tier talent
Okay.
across the board.
Yeah.
Your expectations with that team last year was they could possibly make the postseason.
Yeah.
Now you add Aaron Rodgers.
Here's the
yes,
thing. They couldn't make the postseason last year.
Correct.
And so here's my concern for the Jets. It's multifold. It's not just they have a 40-year-old mercurial quarterback who seems to be experimenting with drugs. That's not it. It's not that I don't know if Robert Saleh is a good or a bad head coach. It's not that. It's not that the division is brutal. It's that I don't think they were very good last year. Oh. And people have tricked themselves. Because I don't think people really, there's too many games, there's too much going on, and the Jets were the Jets with terrible quarterback play. So they were a good story, and we heard they were 7-4. But can we just go over how they got those 7 wins? Because I think it's worth noting.
Sure.
Their first win was that Cleveland game when they were down 13 points with 90 seconds left, and Nick Chubb didn't go down, and there was the Hail Mary and the onside kick and everything. That's the first one against Cleveland's backup quarterback, by the way. They then beat a quarterback-coach combo of Brett Rippon, Nat Hackett, because that was the game Russ missed, I think, because he got the bends doing the Pilates on the airplane or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. They then beat Miami in a game where their backup quarterback got knocked out on the first play and beat Skylar Thompson. They then beat the Chicago Bears and Trevor Siemian, not even Justin Fields, and they beat Kenny Pickett in his first action ever after Mitch Trubisky got benched mid-game.
That's right.
So that's 5 games they beat backup quarterbacks. They had 2 legit wins against Josh Allen, who shockingly gave the game away, and against Aaron Rodgers, the guy who's now coming to save the day.
Thank you.
And the last point is this. We all agree the beginning of the schedule is brutal, right?
It is.
Okay. They ended last year. Can we show the losing streak thing? They ended last year with 6 straight losses. So if they start this year off tough, and they're such a young team, you're not concerned.
Robert Saleh,
if Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner and those guys have lost 9 of 10. None of those other teams that ended the year on long losing streaks are like, oh, contenders. Of course we're not saying that. Right?
Like, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers last year.
And I would add, you talk about how they finished the season. Look how Aaron Rodgers finished the season with the thumb injury.
By losing to the Lions to miss the playoffs?
He lost the final game, but he put them in position where we're like, are they really about to get into the postseason because of his play? Now, and the one constant that you're not mentioning, and let me just say this. I am not a Jets fan now all of a sudden, but I have to be honest, like what we're expecting of them is not too much. It's no one saying they're winning the Super Bowl. That we're saying that because they acquired a guy like Aaron Rodgers and because of what we have expected of him in his history, I know you're going to say he hasn't threw for over 300 yards in 20-some odd games, and that makes him a terrible quarterback. The one thing that I want to, the constant with this team that we cannot overlook, their defense is for real.
Yeah, agreed.
And so that's what you left out, Nick, when you said how they won these games.
Their defense was legit.
They won those games with the defense.
Yes.
They had Mike White and Zach Wilson quarterback.
I get it. But what I'm saying is that defense got its wins, 5 of them, against Brett Rippon, Trevor Siemian, Jacoby Brissett, Skylar Thompson, and Kenny Pickett in his first action as a pro. And I'm also saying that we all know that defense, more than offense, fluctuates year to year as far as the best defenses are not always the best defenses year over year. We all know that. And Rodgers, guys, the athletes that we have seen that have broken all the rules as far as how athletes age, LeBron and Brady, what do they have in common? Insane regiments on what they put into their body, sleep, off-season training, all of it. And so, listen, I'm not a Puritan when it comes to people, adults doing whatever the hell they want in their own time. But if I think the 40-year-old who is trying new and different ways to get high might not age as well as others, I think that's a fair concern.
That's legit.
What do you think? What was wrong with Rodgers last year?
What was wrong? I can't say what was wrong. I don't know what was wrong with him. I just
because I heard it was chemistry, but now he's on a brand new team with everybody new. So
and his offensive coordinator is his guy, the guy that was with him when he won his head coach MVPs.
Because if we're gonna say it was chemistry, which I believe we all would agree that chemistry was lacking. Specifically at the beginning of the season. Why? Because he decided, I'm not going to be a part of the all-season program. What have we seen him do this year?
Great.
He's all in.
Touchdown.
All in.
He's all in with the receivers. He's all in with the OC.
I'm only speaking from experience. When he is all in, he is one of the best to ever do it.
That's wild.
And if they get
the balloons again. He showed
up no need to drop the balloons. Again, I'm not a Jets fan. I'm just speaking fact.
As if you're not skewed.
Well, this is Jimmy
from just the Patriots. Come on.
They're the worst team. We're putting Drake bars on the.
Oh, I like that. Who did that one? Dusty? Dusty, he got a little smile on his face.
That seems like a Ramsey special, is my guess. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.